Well, first I can say what an amazing performance that was. Bloody hell.
Oh, thanks.
So good. You've worked with some of the greatest minds in sort of modern cinema, but there are a few filmmakers out there making movies as well as Pablo Larrain. What was it like to collaborate with him on this project, and just how exciting a filmmaker is he?
I can't even describe to you. Like, he is somebody that I would follow into hell, and did, actually. His commitment to his vision is so starving to death. I mean, he is so hungry and so committed to strangeness, and also like just so faithful in the process, and knowing that if he brings together truthful people, that we will have a curious experiential 3 months, and then at the end of that he'll have a movie that he planned on making but also allowed to really live, and that takes an audacious confidence. And he has it. And he has just such like singular, unique vision. I think he's one of the most incredible directors I've ever worked with, ever.
Yes, films are so good. But what was it like to step into the shoes here of such a huge sort of style icon and get to experience that kind of such diverse and amazing wardrobe that Diana had?
It helped so much. There's nothing like bad wardrobe to really like cut your legs off. Yeah, it just legitimized everything. It felt like it had such grounded integrity, and her clothes mean so much in terms of story. Sometimes it's bondage, sometimes it feels like a straitjacket, and then there are times where those clothes empower her. And in doing all the research, like, there are times where what she's wearing seems like she hates it, and that she's just sticking out of it completely, but she just seems still so cool. Like, she just always, even if it's not like hitting the mark, she always is so true. Like, her energy exudes through all of her clothing. So I don't know. I mean, people associate her with, basically, Jacqueline did a beautiful job. I felt completely held up by them.
I mean, you must feel like you've got such a kind of bond now with Princess Diana. But was there anything during the shoot, or even just in prep, that you really wanted to ask her, wanted to find out?
About her? Yeah, I mean, gosh, I have like a million questions about details and stuff like that. But I do feel like she was able to finally, if you look at everything cumulatively, convey herself and how she felt throughout. She really was a trailblazer in terms of removing stigma and taboo from really common and normal feelings that shouldn't be so sort of divisive. Yeah, I don't know specifically. I wish I could sit down with her. I literally wish I could be her best friend. I would do, and that's the other thing, is I wish I could have just been a friend for her. I wish someone was in there to be like there with her. She's so like alone.
Yeah, I'm not suggesting it's the same thing, because the monarchy is unprecedented, and marrying into that family must have its challenges that no one else can kind of relate to. But could you relate to Diana kind of in the sense of feeling like sometimes you have to be a version of yourself to appease others? And obviously as a kind of global superstar, sometimes feeling like you might be losing a sort of element of control sometimes over your own kind of life, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, I'm definitely somebody that has never felt a huge responsibility to be an example for other people. I'm not a princess, I'm an actress. It's like so different. The reason they're taking my picture is so different. I have been allowed to be myself. And I've been given advice a lot, like when I was younger and interviews scared me and a bit more than they do now. And I just wasn't as good at them. It was always like, well, just be someone else, just go play a character. I was like, that idea is so amorphous and ridiculous. Like, it doesn't exist. Nobody can be someone that they're not, or I can't. So I never felt muzzled, or even if someone's impression of me didn't feel like it reflected how I felt inside, it was never wrong. I was never like changing myself. So that responsibility, luckily, is not something I've had to endure.
Mm-hmm. So, but my final question is, what do you think it is about this woman that we can't seem to shake off? I mean, in the sense that there's a newspaper over here called the Daily Express, which have Princess Diana on the front page about 15 times a year. Almost every Saturday night, there's a documentary on sort of one of the channels about her. There's movies, there's TV sort of programs. There's something endlessly fascinating, isn't there, about her? What do you think that comes from, that kind of intrigue that we have as a nation and a world into her life?
Well, I mean, the royal family has existed for a very, very long time, hundreds of years. And you know, it's pretty remarkable to think that she was the first person that touched people, that actually took it upon herself to break ground and get in a lot of trouble while doing it. You know, I guess the royal family, at least to a modern eye, exists to present an example, be something that connects people to each other, be a sort of fortifying ideal and something to look up to, whatever. It's really to disseminate that is really playing with a tenuous house of cards that it's whatever. It's just very scary. I think her innate and sort of God-given talent to bridge gaps and be somebody whose light just was so bright in combination with being somebody who was not allowed to do that in such a steeped in historical and ancient institution was just the first time. And so I think it's like just deeply fascinating that she was able to do it and that it actually that she did break out and become her own person. It's just really hard to believe.
She's pretty badass, wasn't she?
Yeah, that's fucking crazy.
Yeah. Brilliant. Well, thank you so much for your time today. Again, it was just an amazing portrayal. So thank you so much.
Yeah,
cool.
Of course.
Cheers.
Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, you're watching Hey You Guys!
Hey You Guys, huh?
Hey, you guys.
Is that from the Goonies?
It is indeed, yes.
Nice.
Hey, you